I have long awaited your arrival. What do you think of my Shion impression? Totally captured the vibe, right? I mean, I'm technically a copy of her, so it wouldn't be that weird if I had ended up exactly like her. But I think Shion did enough of the whole mysterious and dignified act for the both of us. I'd rather talk like, you know, a real person. Anywho, let's get right to why I called you here. There's something I wanted to tell you directly. It's about Matoi. If I'm being quite honest with you, I'm not sure who or what she really is. We have no data on her. Surely you know as well as I do that someone with her insanely high level of skill sticks out like a sore thumb, right? And I don't just mean in the ARC's database. She's not even in Shion's records. It's like someone deliberately edited her out. Now, if it had been Luther, that much I could understand. But even he didn't seem to know about her. And if it wasn't him, I can think of only one other possible suspect. It had to have been Shion. They must have erased all record of Matoi. And it's not just Matoi that got wiped. Shion seems to have deleted all records beyond about, 10 or so years ago. Not just physical records either. Nobody in ARC seems to have any clear memories from then anymore either. This isn't the sort of data we can just salvage or trace back either. It's vanished straight out of existence. Bloop, gone. Something important had to have happened then 10 years ago. But we can't revisit memories that no longer exist. What we need to do is go back directly and see it all for ourselves. You are more than capable of that. And this isn't just to sate my own curiosity either. Shion is no longer with us, and Luther has fallen. ARCS is taking its first steps forward into a brand new era. What that means is that I now need to maintain both the control Luther held and the calculations that Shion ran all by myself. That's why, if I want to ensure the safety and stability of this newborn ARCS, I need to know as much as possible about what happened. That includes even things I might not want to know the truth about. That said, I won't pretend I'm not curious about it all. I'd quite like to see what happened before I ever even existed. Right then. Idle hands never accomplished anything, so let's get to work. If we just head back to the time that has been wiped clean from history itself, we should learn a thing or two. This will be a lot like the sort of time travel you've done already. You've been through so much already that I'm sure this trip will be just another drop in the bucket of your wildlife experiences. Shion might have even known I'd try to do this. Maybe that's why they chose you in the first place, you know? I'll be on backup duty. You just head to the target location. Let's find out what truly happened. This is the Amdusky of 10 years ago. It doesn't seem all that different. Even the atmosphere is roughly the same. What about you? Does anything feel off physically? You seem to be okay. That's good. I may be able to turn back time, but I can't maintain it for very long. Investigate what you need to quickly and... Well, it won't be that easy, will it? You can't call for aid during this time period either. Be careful and... What?
Huh? I was told there would only be false spawn around here. Oh, I see. A humanoid false spawn. That makes you a Dark Falls, right?
I detect discrepancies in the observed data. Claris Craze. This person is no false spawn.
Wait, what? But you said you were a false spawn, so I...
That statement is not factually correct. I merely suggested the possibility.
I can't believe you. I'm so sorry. I misunderstood. Huh? How do you know my name? I've hardly even met other ARC's operatives, let alone spoken to them. Could it be that you heard that voice? Ah, jeez. I'm right in the middle of talking. Why do I have to get an order now? I'm really sorry. I won't make the same mistake twice.
You've realized who she is, I'm sure. She's Claris Craze II. The one from 10 years ago. In other words, she's a toy. She looks the same age that she is in our time. I don't know the details myself. All records of her were deleted. But what remaining reports we do have suggest this. Claris Craze II put her life on the line to stop an invasion of Falspawn. The fact that you found her here means our judgment wasn't wrong. Continue investigating just what happened those 10 years ago.
You kicked that Sylvan's butt so quick! Awesome! Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to stare. I was just passing through. And then I heard this incredible sound and had to see what's going on. That's when I saw you knock down that enemy. So you're an Arcs, right? What do I need to do to get as strong as you are? What kind of training are you doing? What abilities were you going for? Oh God, it's that Echo chick! Why is she calling me now? Well, I have to answer. Sorry, super powerful Arcs person. Tell me more about yourself next time we meet.
Are you really a member of ARCS? Because normally, ARCS operatives don't come out here. I thought maybe you were under orders to, but she says you're not. So let me ask you once again, are you really a member of ARCS? That's weird. That's really weird. Okay, then let's do this. If you tell me all about ARCs, then I'll believe you. If you truly are one of us, then that should be easy. Okay, now talk to me. I'm different from normal ARCs operatives, so I haven't had much contact with them. This is the first time I've met someone like you and been able to talk like this. That's why I'm so eager to chat. It's my duty to protect everyone, but I don't even really know who everyone is. Wait, not again! Don't I get any free time? Sheesh. Hey you, the next time we meet, tell me some good stories. Promise me.
What a pain to have to go against all these things by myself. Oh, this is turning out to be one big pain of a drill. Hang on a sec. It's you, from the other day. Man, you saved me! It was one after the other, and then I got surrounded. Honestly, I was shaking in my boots. Ah, forgive me. I didn't even introduce myself. I'm Zeno. And you are?
Don't get careless and communicate information about the future while you're in the past. Just be creative.
Whoa, are you like some kind of secret agent or something? What should I call you then? Arcs Teacherino is a bit long, and you're not really a teacher. There has to be something more fitting. Got it! You're super strong, so from this day forth, you're my mentor. Mentor? Thanks for the save back there, mentor. Honestly, it feels like I could ask you about anything now. To start off, I want to ask you something. Oh, Echo's calling me. If I ignore her, she's really gonna get on my case. Oh, guess I gotta pick up. Next time I see you, I want a full info dump on how to beef up. And beef up like you, mentor.
Yeah, I thought so. I figured you'd be coming soon. You better tell me everything. You promised. What should I ask about first? The mission ARCs operatives go on? About life on the ship? There's so much I want to know. You better keep up. Patrolling, defending. ARCs operatives sure have it rough. I mean, I'm an ARCs operative too, but my goal is different from everyone else's. You want to know what it is? Exterminate all false spawn and protect everyone. That's all. That's the reason I exist. She says we have to exterminate Falspawn to correct all of history. This obelisk is where the previous Claris Craze did everything she could to seal the Dark Falls 30 years ago. But simply sealing it away was really the best she could do. She had no hope of defeating it. I'm sure that frustrated her. It frustrates me too. If only I'd been there. I would have ripped that Dark Falls to shreds and eviscerated it instead of sealing it. It's okay, don't worry. I'll annihilate every last Falspawn in Dark Falls for sure. Not for me. Do you even believe what I've been telling you? It's fine. I'm perfectly okay on my own. I've been alone this whole time, and that's just the way things are meant to be. It's actually easier being by myself. My fighting style's pretty reckless, so I could end up accidentally hitting other people. If everyone from Arcs dies trying to eliminate the Dark Falls, then there'd be no point, right? But you're just worried about me, yeah? Thanks. I appreciate that. Okay. I think I might have slacked off a bit too much. I should get going. Hope to see you again. Let's talk more next time. Bye!
Mentor! Mentor! I finally found you. Oh, last time, I said I wanted you to tell me what mindset I need to have to be a powerful Arcs. For example, what you learned from your seniors. Oh, there's a ton of things I want to know. So, your seniors told you it's the senior ops duty to help junior ops, huh? Saying mentor seniors is a mouthful, so I'm just gonna go by what you said. Still, you're so knowledgeable, Mentor. Being on the front lines is a totally different ballgame. Right now, the Falspawn are strong on offense, and all anyone's talking about is how to effectively fight them off. No one's thinking about people, let alone the juniors. It seems like everyone has their plates full with their own junk and won't bother looking out for people around them. Oh, damn! I skipped one of my training sessions. Bye, Mentor!
Stay back. They're still coming. Keep the gloves up.
Ah, I see. I wondered why I wasn't sensing my little ones as much recently. So it was you. Don't you think you're being a little tough on my babies? You insolent Arc scum.
She was right. Defeating your Falspawn minions made you come out of hiding.
to say you meant to lure me out? Do you even know who I am, my dear?
Of course. You're Dark Falls' apprentice. You're the Dark Falls who controls the insectoid fall spawn and manipulates the battlefield with waves of minions. Am I forgetting anything?
Yes, precisely! Very impressive! But do you truly understand, my dear? Do you know what exactly a Dark Falls is?
Naturally. You're my enemy. No luck, huh?
A violent little thing, aren't you? Attacking without warning.
And you're pretty cowardly. If you're going to come at me, get on with it.
I'll pass for now. I'm sure I can come up with a more suitable way to kill you, my dear.
And she's gone. She was pretty chatty for a Dark Falls. You're worried about me? Thanks. But relax, I'm fine. There's nothing to worry about. I provoked her on purpose. Now she'll keep targeting me. Oh, but you know what? It might be dangerous to hang out around me until I defeat her. Guess that means we won't have as much time to talk, huh? Aw, I really should have thought this through a little more. Alright, I guess this just means I'll have to defeat that Dark Falls as soon as possible. And there's no time like the present. I better get moving. Later. Is that all?
I'll have to do something about that ego! What's going on? My power is fading from my body. My body. My power. What did you do? What did you do to me, girl?
You're really asking your enemy? Why would I ever even dream of telling you? All that's left now is to exterminate you. Oh, you came! Wait a second. This'll be over in just a moment.
You think you can finish me that easily? How dare you underestimate me? Apprentice the Vernal. You Orc's brat!
Clarissa. Darn, she got away. That's too bad. Well, whatever. I sealed half her power here, so I'll just kill her off the next time I see her, I guess. Hey, tell me, do you find me frightening? Yeah, I mean, I guess any normal person would feel that way. Just this one time, another ARC's operative saw me in combat. I meant to save him, but I'll never forget the expression on his face. It's ingrained in my memory, the look of someone who sees something completely different from what I see. That's what made me realize I'm different from normal people. I couldn't even try calling out to him as he silently ran away from me. I couldn't be angry or sad. Ever since then, I've been careful to make sure I never run into anyone else. I'm supposed to protect everyone, so I don't want them to hate me. But then I met you. As you can see, though, I'm overwhelmingly, terrifyingly strong. I annihilate Falspawn and Dark Falls all on my own, because that's my purpose. So, if that scares you, then maybe it's best if we don't see each other anymore. I'll be fine. This is what I'm here for. I'll fight so that everyone can laugh and live in peace. I'll fight by myself, to the very end, for the sake of everyone. Exactly what it sounds like. I'll kill every last Falspawn and protect everyone. That's the meaning of my existence. Sorry, I shouldn't have brought that up. It's because I'm so sentimental that I didn't manage to finish her off. Well, goodbye.
Damn it. That stupid girl. My power. My beauty. Little brat. I'll never forget this disgrace. This shame.
My, it must be so difficult having your true self exposed like that. Apprentice?
Luther, what does a loser like you want with me?
Go on. Keep hurling insults at the one who just saved your hide. You'd be dead if it weren't for me. Don't you think you should be a little kinder to your savior, worm? I could crush you right here and now, if that's what you so desire.
Go ahead and try it. I'll devour you from the inside out.
That's enough of that. Such fruitless talk will only serve to lower my IQ.
And what does the black sheep of Arx want with me?
I'm not of Arx. They, the Falspawn, and the entire universe are nothing more than my pawns.
I've had enough of your blabbering. Just tell me what you're here for.
Oh, it's nothing bad. I simply wanted to cooperate. My takeover of Arx is going smoothly, but that girl you faced earlier is the only one I can't get any information on. The trio of heroes are at my beck and call, and yet I cannot touch her. Xion must be getting in the way. You understand? I want information. An exceptional first-hand account, in particular. That's what I'm preparing for. You want revenge, and I want data. Why not join hands temporarily, so we can each obtain our objectives?
So you're saying I'm just another one of your pawns?
I won't deny it. I told you, the entire universe is nothing more than my pawn.
Hey, Mentor! Finally caught up with ya! You're off fighting on behalf of the people again, huh? I mean, I guess that's just what you do, right? You look busy as always. I wonder if I could become as strong as you, if I followed your example.
There you are, troublemaker.
Oh, it's rigid old Regius.
You would be so bold as to step foot on a live battlefield without clearance? I've been getting complaints about you.
What's the problem? No better way to learn than getting in there and going with the flow.
Perhaps. But such recklessness will prevent you from protecting those who matter most. Is that what you want?
Well, no, but,
Rules are rules, and talent does not create exceptions. Now let's head back. We can continue this discussion once we return. My apologies. Return to your mission. I'll ensure this troublemaker learns his lesson.
Why did I have to go and say that? I'm the one who wanted to talk, and now here I am refusing all conversation. What I say and what I do are total opposites. I'm sure they hate me now. They'll never come see me again. Oh. You say it's only natural because I'm truly terrifying? I even scare you sometimes? Shut up! You could at least try to cheer me up. Isn't that what you were made for? did? Even after what I said? Why? No, forget that. It doesn't matter why. The important thing is that I got to see you again, so I have to say it. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have said such horrible things to you. I thought it would be better if I left while you only had good memories of me. I didn't want you to hate me or be scared of me. But I'm glad we were able to meet again. I'm overjoyed, really. And to think we'd meet here of all places. This is my favorite spot. It's so quiet and beautiful. I feel at peace here. I thought no one would ever come out to a remote place like this, but you came, huh? If something happens again, would you meet me here? Huh? What's wrong with this place? I like it here. All right already. I get it. I'm going. Sheesh. Oh, right. I haven't asked you your name yet. Huh? That's a nice name. I have a name too. Besides Claire's Craze, I mean. My real name. Right now I'm Claire's Craze, but I hope one day I'll be able to say my true name. Well, take care. I'll see you around. This place is so beautiful, isn't it? Clear skies and a world blanketed in silver. The piercing cold actually feels kinda good, too. You're making a face like I'm acting weird. Come on, I can take in the beauty of nature sometimes, too. Anyone can take time to appreciate their surroundings, though I know I'm not a normal person. But what do normal girls act like anyway? Thanks for trying to be polite, but I'm fine. I know full well that I'm not normal, and I've never once hated that fact. Maybe if I act completely opposite of how I do now, if I act more serenely, maybe I'll seem more normal? There you are. I'm doing well. Have you come to chat again? I can't wait to chat with you. Is it that much of a shock? That's kinda rude. I can act like that too, you know. But I guess it's fine for now. If I act all pleasant like that, I feel like I wouldn't be able to fight as well. Besides, I'm sure I'll be able to act like that more when we finally have peace. So, I'll save that for when everything is said and done.
Hey, Mentor! It's been a while. I haven't seen you in so long, I was beginning to miss you. I learned so much more from listening to your experiences and watching your movements than I do in the classroom. So please, you've got to keep teaching me, okay? Mentor? You've got a real troubled look on your face. Do you have to go somewhere far away? I had a feeling that was it. Oh man, and after we got to know each other too. All right then, I'm gonna drop out and go with you. Oh, you're the best teacher I know anyway. I can't because I'm not in ARCS. So basically you would take me along if I were. Nah, you wouldn't. Even I know that. It was a stupid, impossible request from the get-go. If you did, I would definitely become much, much stronger than I am now. You'd be begging to have me on the team. All right, I'll show you. I'll catch up to you lickety-split. Just you wait, Mentor.
What are you doing here? You keep finding me in places far off the beaten path. I guess it's meaningless for me to keep pointing that out, though. Neither of us are really normal. I came here at her request. Apparently there are some Photoner ruins here. I'm supposed to investigate or make use of it or something. You're wondering who she is? I have no idea either. It's not something I need to know. Her orders are always right, and she's always helping me out, so I don't really care. If it's not causing me any trouble, there's no need for me to know anything more. Or at least, I think that's what I would have said before, but now I'm different. I used to think that I didn't need anyone to talk with, that I was fine alone. But after I met you and found someone to talk with, I realized I was wrong. It was just that I didn't even want to try to know. I wanted to stay in the dark about ARCS, her, and even myself. So, after this is all over, I think I want to try and study different things. I want to read, talk, look, explore. I want to know how much I don't know. Yeah, what is it this time? Huh? On an ARC ship? Sorry, I have to hurry.
This is supposedly the Ark's headquarters. But in the end, this is all it is, huh?
You're one to talk. Who do you think you should thank for getting you this far?
You're going to be hated for trying to make people feel obligated. So, where the heck is the little girl?
Just cause a ruckus like you are now. She'll come. Okay, I shall be going now. I've arranged everything up to this point, so do your best. Okay, maggot?
So the loser wants to treat himself to the show as a spectator. You annoy me.
Where is everyone?
What's wrong, dear? Are you lost? Those eyes. You remind me of that little girl. That impertinent little girl. Oh, come on. Are you dying already? It's too bad, young lady. If you want to blame someone, blame that little girl. There you are, little girl.
How about it, Clarissa?
Even greater than the damage she's sustained everywhere is the corruption. It's severe due to being immature. There's no way to save her.
How about linking up with you to purify and heal her?
Survival is a possibility, but I don't recommend it. It would hinder your ability to fight.
Please, link me up with this girl and purify and heal her. Then, assist her movement and help her escape.
Final confirmation. Is that an order?
No. It's a request from me to you, Clarissa. Okay? All right. Good girl. Clarissa the White, the one who purges darkness. If you take her, you'll be safe. So keep your cool and escape. But what about you? I will be fine. I'm here to protect everyone.
You'll relinquish your weapon to save that trash? You Arcs are nuts. Isn't that weapon your support? The source of your power? What do you expect to do now that you've let it go? Don't tell me you want to fight.
Everyone's crying, hurt, sad, suffering. If I had finished you off then it wouldn't have come to this. So, this time, I will kill you. Make no mistake. I will certainly, definitely kill you. You're right. I didn't come here to fight. I came here to kill you.
Nonsense!
That was the Dark Falls assault that happened 10 years ago. She has to be further inside. Let's keep moving. We need to know what happened.
Emergency announcement. Multiple false spawn readings are approaching the Ark's fleet.
That girl's holding... Clarissa? Why is it here?
Ark's people? A lady. She lent me this. She's all by herself. I'm all right now. Please, Arks. Take this to her. Help her, please. Please. Please.
I implore you, give her, the one who is struggling deep within, power. Please, take me to her.
Ah, so that little one enjoyed a limited time transfer of Clarissa the White, along with all its knowledge and protection. Fascinating. Young lady, Are you all right?
Who are you?
I'm an Arx op. Anyway, you are a lucky girl. You must be the only one who survived in these conditions.
I'm the only one? Everyone's dead?
Quite possibly. Young lady, would you like some power?
Power?
Yes, power. Would you like overwhelming power you can use to save that lady and friends?
Yes.
You're a brave one. Will you tell me your name?
Sarah.
You keep sticking around with all those weapons? You're a poor loser, little girl.
Really, I'm disappointed with myself. See, I failed again. It's a delicate weapon, and I'm not used to it. But to screw up that much, it's horrible.
You, little girl, just how much potential do you have?
What's wrong? Here's your chance. Release more and more false spawn. I'll kill them all. Arx! Why?
That look on your face! I always wanted to see that! Wasn't I a great actor? The reveal was so worth it. Is something wrong? This is my ability as an apprentice. You could call it my charm. Now, little girl, are you ready for round 2? So, Falspawn Killer, how will you deal with Arx as your opponent?
This is it! 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 This is it!
Emergency! Code! Attack!
This is it! This is it!
Completed!
This is it!
Emergency! Code! Attack! Completed! Emergency! Code! Due!
This is it!
Completed!
What's the matter? If you don't attack, you can't kill me!
Shut up!
Oh, how terrible. Attacking your own companions is so cruel. Well, don't you think so, too?
Enemy. Enemy.
Must protect from enemy. Stop! I'm supposed to protect Arx!
Those impertinent eyes. Those aren't eyes worthy of death just yet. won't enjoy myself until I've thrown you further and further into despair!
No, don't kill them! Anything but that! I was supposed to protect Arx! To protect everyone! Everyone! Protect everyone? Why? Who's everyone? I'm so badly injured, and yet, who am I trying to protect? Who is everyone? This urge to protect, is it even mine?
What?
Huh? We did it! Thank you. How do you know that name? And why is Clarissa with you? Then who is that?
They look just like you. Same parameters, too. Even looks like they've traveled through time. What's going on here? What in the world is this Dark Falls?
Jeez, I am dumb. I am a fool. How else could they have fooled me this bad?
Perish here, and you will finally be at peace. Now, accept your slumber.
Something's not right here.
Hey, did that girl make it. She did. Thank goodness.
These readings don't match Falspawn or Dark Falls. It's much, much stronger. Look out!
Don't interfere. She needs to die here. She must.
Emergency! Code due!
Emergency alert. An arch ship is under assault from Falspawn. All arch
Completed.
subs, report to the quest counter ASAP and rescue the vessel.
I'm drawing it in. I'm consumed with the power of the Falspawn. It won't stop. I can't suppress it. This is it. There's nothing I can do. Clarissa. Hey, Clarissa. Please, help me. You understand most of all. This can't go on. I'm going to be consumed by this. I was born to destroy the Falspawn and save everyone. That's why I'm here. So, if I'm going to end up a Falspawn, I will... do away with myself. But it's such a shame. It's a real shame. I wanted to learn so much more from you. I wanted to hear more of your stories. I wanted to be ladylike and pretty. I wanted to give it a shot. Of course, there was plenty I didn't know. So much I wanted to do. need to protect anyone. Next to you. At that place. I just wanted to be a normal girl.
This power is rushing through me. I can't be brought back from this. But that just means we need to brute force it. Brace yourself!
I made her to be the savior of all. Bound to me, she worked to fulfill my wishes. This was my plan to correct all that I had done wrong. She was to wipe out the Falseborn and bring peace back to the universe. But all I succeeded in was causing me terrible hardship. I was a fool. I am but an observer. I was never meant to bring about change. I am incapable of it. I cannot convey any more than I already have. I abandon communication. No one must come to understand the truth of this course of events. Not Luther, not anyone. I will erase it all from existence to ensure as much, and I will seal myself away. My memories, my words, all of it. All until the day you arrive. You are the only one who can save me. It is you I now await. And wait I shall.
What we just saw was the truth of what happened 10 years ago. The apprentice was vanquished. The persona assaulted us. When that came to pass, she released the darkness she held within. So, in order to stop it, she tried to end herself. And then there were the thoughts of Shion we heard upon our return. The reason the record of 10 years ago was erased was because Shion didn't want anyone to look into it, but she wanted to forget even more. And I suppose Matoi's existence 10 years later, why she's here in this generation, was our fault. We brought her back with us. She lost her power and memory of what happened and ended up in that place. I'm going to speak objectively here, so please don't get upset when I say this, but... the readings that she showed 10 years ago, the darkness that erupted from her body, was unlike anything we had seen before. It can't even be compared to Dark Falls. It's so ominous, it's overwhelming. The darkness is like an abyss. There's a chance she could become that. And since she hasn't reached that point yet, it's not a bad course of action to kill her now.
Hey, what's with you two? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Matoi.
Yeah?
Sorry, it's nothing, Matoi. Nothing at all. Are you feeling better?
Yeah, Villia gave me a clean bill of health, so... Wanna hang out and chat? It's been a while. I want to hear more. More of your stories.
Sis, let's turn back. It's dangerous.
Don't be such a wimp. We can't just leave him.
Listen, I know what you must be thinking. You want to go back to 10 years ago and see what happened, right? I had the same idea, but it looks like that might be out of the question. We're being completely blocked from intervening in the time frame after the second disappeared. Shion's doing, I'm sure. Shion made us forget, but won't let us go back and change anything. Pretty unreasonable, but she did always tend towards the extreme. That being said, it seems there are those who retain some of their memories. We should talk to them to try and figure things out.
I'm glad to see you're doing well. Do you need something from me? You want to know what happened 10 years ago? When my sister passed away? I apologize. I'd like to tell you, but my memories are hazy. I cannot clearly recall. I remember a dark falls appearing in the city. And my sister and Get 'em Hope going to... excuse me. It appears I'll need some time yet before I can calmly reflect on those events. You want to know what form the Dark Falls took? An odd question, that. It's all quite fuzzy, but if I recall correctly, it was almost childlike. Yes. At the very least, I'm certain it wasn't an adult.
Wait, why do you want to know about what I was up to a decade ago all of a sudden? Let me think. 10 years ago, well, I think that was when I first met my mentor. Man, what a legend! Did she tell you that name firsthand? So that's what you're asking about then, huh? 10 years ago, though. Oh, hey, perfect timing! Echo! Echo, come here!
What do you want? I've got paperwork to take care of, so make it snappy.
Do you remember anything from 10 years ago?
Like how you always used to skip training and get in trouble? Sure.
Why do you always have to remember my worst moments? Ugh, never mind. Thanks. You're dismissed.
Just make sure you don't skip our next meeting, okay? And hey, make sure you use him as an example of what not to do, okay?
So, yeah, that's what our memories from 10 years ago are like. I don't remember all that much myself. It's sort of hazy, you know? But there's one thing I haven't forgotten. Something Get 'em Holt isn't likely to ever forget either. We ended up facing off against a Dark Falls back then, right when we were trying to help people evacuate. I was on guns back then, though, which probably put me at the safest distance of anyone. And from there, all I could really do was watch as my friends fell right before my eyes. When all was said and done, the only survivors were me, Get 'em Holt, and Phantasy, who was only a kid back then. Oh, wait, if you already know her name, I guess I should just call her Melrandia, huh? Melrandia got caught up in the battle, and her older sister Phantasy sacrificed her life to make sure Melrandia and Get 'em Holt escaped. After that, I gave up guns entirely, and Get 'em Holt, Sorta lost it after that. And Melrandia wanted to become her lost sister Melfancina. And that's that. Talk about a downer, right? Huh? You want to know more about the Dark Falls we faced off against back then? Of course I haven't forgotten. I never will. It was a monster like nothing I'd ever seen. It looked like some little kid and toyed with us like we were mere playthings. Seriously, just messed up. Why are you acting so surprised? We've seen Dark Falls take the forms of kids before, haven't we?
Good day, mate. Why am I here? It's not like someone told me come out this way or anything. I just had a feeling she'd come here. And if you're here too, well, something tells me my hunch was right on the money. I wonder if she'll show up. You know, apprentice. I should be able to see her if we can hold out here.
And what do you plan to do then? When you meet the apprentice?
Wait, I know you. You always used to hang out with that scary senior operative.
You can call me Sina. And don't dodge my question. What exactly are you planning to do when you see the apprentice?
Honestly, I don't know. But I've got this feeling like I've got to see her. I've got to see her, look into those eyes, and tell her what's on my mind. Staying silent is out of the question.
Really now? Let me accompany you then. I want to bear witness to this.
Sure.
He is like a reflection of who I once was. I simply cannot observe from afar.
My power, where has it gone? There? No, maybe that way? Why won't this body show me the way? This is where my powers were stripped away. I'm sure of it. Why? Why can't I sense them?
So there you are, Dark Falls. Or should I say, you see.
Arx, you will call me by that wicked name no longer.
It's not gonna happen. I'm not going to stop. I'll say it however many times it takes to get through to my sister. Wait! Get out of my way!
At ease. Your words reached her. I was only chasing a phantom. But persistence will see you through.
Sina. Yeah. You're right, mate. Heck, if I'm gonna throw in the towel now. Alrighty then. Let's kick some butt and find Yusi again.
Emergency! Code! Due! Completed!
The large-scale operation has ended. Thank you for your support.
What's wrong? What's wrong with this body? Why can't I feel my power? It should be around here.
Euclita. Sis.
Shut it! Don't you dare call me that! I am the Dark Falls apprentice who stole this body 10 years ago.
No. If that were the case, I would have given up on you already.
What?
Sis, you were never taken over or consumed. Everything might be shrouded in darkness, but you were simply kidnapped. That's right! Come on, Yusi. You've got to remember what happened. Yusi!
My power, this body, they're not enough. But you'll do as my next host, little one.
Yummy, yummy. What a treat you were, apprentice.
I'm I'm really starting to develop a taste for dark balls.
Hey, what about the kid? Can't leave leftovers. How about some dessert?
Nah, I'm stuffed. But hey, I've got a better idea. Let's take her to go.
Sure, let's take it to go. You know, though, a full belly really makes me want to cut loose.
Yeah, I really want to cut loose. Let's have a little fun, okay?
Yay! Let's play. Gonna have to kill a lot of people to work off this meal.
Stop it! Shut up! Shut up! Stop with these mind games!
Wait! Yusi, don't go! There's still more I need to say.
That awful voice in my head. I can't even think straight because of it. It's you. I can't be myself because of you. This is all your fault.
Then, why don't you just get rid of me?
What?
Shouldn't be a big deal for a Dark Falls like you, right? But if you're still Yusi, then there's no way I could. Not if you're my reckless, nosy, hot-tempered, wonderfully kind sister.
Enough of your nonsense! I am Dark Falls! I am Apprentice the Vernal! Obliterating a few feeble ARC members like you is child's play. I can, and I will! I should be able to. So why won't these hands of mine muster up the strength to do it?
Why would they? You're just a fake.
Why would a fake be able to do anything? You can't search. You can't destroy. You can't do anything. You can barely control Falspawn.
How boring. But that's what happens when we only use the leftovers.
Such a letdown. But that's what we get when we work with a failure.
What a killjoy. I hope at least when you fall.
You'll make a wonderful spectacle for us, our fake little apprentice.
You're Dark Falls Elder.
I came straight here on Xiao's request, but, mind filling me in here, guys? Dark Falls squabbling amongst themselves. Never thought I'd see the day.
What are you trying to pull, Elder?
Are you allying yourself with Arcs? Is this betrayal?
Answer me this, Gemini. Why do you employ the likes of Apprentice and Luther? There is no point in asking, is there? We were never meant to work as one, were we? Arcs, Dark Falls, these names do not matter. I yearn only for battle and follow only my instincts. No more, no less. And do you know what these instincts, my instincts, tell me? That you should die by my hand.
Really? I'm sick of hearing you guys sully the Dark Falls name.
So sick of it. True Dark Falls aren't tainted monstrosities like you.
Have you forgotten our mission? We must rekindle the profound darkness.
Did you forget our mission? We must become the profound darkness.
If you can't even remember that, you're not Dark Falls at all.
If you can't even remember that, you're all just fakes.
We should have just devoured you pale imitations from the very beginning.
But today, you all die.
But today, you're erased.
Well, well, well. Here come the copies, one after another.
Stay out of my way, Arcs. These lot are mine to deal with.
Ha! You wish, Elder. This here's the Ark's job description in a nutshell. Othen, take your sister and get out of here. Malfonsina, you...
I'll fight! This time, I'll pull my own weight.
Don't make me repeat myself. Stay out of my way.
Right.
Are you blind, perhaps?
Emergency! Code! Unite! Completed!
Summoning all these copies is making my tummy rumble.
I think it's time we gobble somebody up. Oh? Here I was thinking you'd eat up the Arc Star, but Elder wants us to take her place.
Today's our lucky day, then. Go on and swallow him whole. trying to blast us somewhere? You're dumber than that dumb face of yours. And with a death wish, too.
Master, get him, Holt!
No! Speak not that name! I am Elder the Gargantuan! I no longer have need for such a feeble name! If you claim to be part of Arx, cast aside your resignations. Free yourself from your past. Reach out to the future with your own hands. Obsessions with person. Make the same mistakes I did.
Yes. Master, get him, Holt.
He called you by your name at the end there, didn't he? He might not be the only one who's managed to hold on to part of himself.
Say no more, Zeno. Say no more. He's right. I am Melrandia. And I just need to be... me.
I see.
Yusi, wait! Take your hands off me! That is not who I am. But then, if I'm not a Dark Falls either, what in the world am I?
Yusi! There she goes again. Don't worry, though. I'm done giving up. I'll get through to her someday. Until then, I'll chase her down wherever she goes. She might not remember, but I've got a real knack for tracking things down. I used to find stuff for her all the time, after all. This won't be any different. I'll find her. Period.
So in the end, the apprentice you ran into down on Lilypaw wasn't the real apprentice after all. That was Offin's sister, Euclita. She inherited the remnants of the real apprentice, who nearly died 10 years ago. The real apprentice, it would seem, was devoured by Gemini. But tell me, Offin, what do you hope to gain by seeking out Euclita? She might not be the real thing, but she still inherited its powers. That makes her an enemy.
Arx doesn't get to decide that. Only me and Yusi do.
Right. Okay then, I'll let you handle it. Arx will be there to support you no matter how this turns out. So please, make sure you ask us for help when the time comes.
Got it. I'll see you around then, mate.
Negotiating with Dark Falls, huh? I wonder how all of this will turn out.
I want to believe they can make this work. And if anyone can, it certainly is those two.
Perhaps you're right.
It's been a while. Sorry for causing you so much trouble. It's me, Melrandia. Thanks to you, I feel fine. Much to my astonishment as well. I haven't been shocked. Of course, it would be a lie to say I'm A-okay, but I am finally moving forward. I'm done borrowing my big sister's name. My Malfoncina days are over. I will live under my own name, as Melrandia. I'll keep my sights on the future, and go on living. That's what that Dark Falls, I mean, Master Gedemholt told me to do. Thank you so much. For then, and for now. My powers are insignificant, but even so, please let me know if I can be of any help.
It was harder getting back here than expected.
Too hard, really. Elder did a number on us. But they're gone now, so no matter.
Yeah, no point wasting time thinking about someone who's not even around anymore.
Hey, mate. It's all right. Let me handle this. Yusi.
Don't call me that.
It's not possible. You're my Yusi. My big sister.
I am a Dark Falls. The Dark Falls apprentice. I am Arx.
Hey, Yusi. It's okay now. You don't need to play tough. You knew, didn't you? You didn't need Gemini to tell you that something wasn't right. That the other Dark Falls commanded the Fallspawn, and during the battle, they took on a combat form and attacked us directly. But you didn't do that. You just commanded the Fallspawn and didn't join the others in combat. That's way different. Maybe you couldn't join them. You didn't have enough power to.
You're talking like you knew. What do you know?
I don't. That's why I'm asking you. If what I'm saying is wrong, tell me. I'll think more about it. You heard it, didn't you, mate? She hasn't denied anything I've said. And running, when she doesn't have a leg to stand on, is what my sister would do. Yusi. Mate, don't do anything! This is just some sibling rivalry.
Are you calling yourself the sibling of a Dark Falls? Don't make me laugh.
It really is funny, isn't it? But it's the truth.
Silence! I have no siblings.
You don't have to be my sister. It's fine if you can't remember.
Huh?
I just want you back, you see.
You! What about you? I'm a Dark Falls. You're going to strike me down, yes? Why do you two always respond this way? You can't even grant me the right to die as a Dark Falls!
You see! You see?
I don't remember you. Or anything about you. Not one thing. I don't even remember the name Euclida. And why would I? After all, I'm a Dark Falls. I'm the most terrible foe. The most horrifying threat to arcs like you. If you don't want him to die right now, you'll have to pull the trigger. Go on!
Mate! Mate, it's fine! Do as the lady says, just pull the trigger!
If I am truly a Dark Falls, I will soon cease to be. It's over. This is supposed to be the end. And yet... I'm still alive? So, I see. That's how it is. I should have known. It's just like Gemini said. I'm a fake. Just leftovers. I'm not a real Dark Falls.
Yow! Cripes! I know I told you to shoot, but would it have killed you to ease up a little, mate? You see, you doing okay?
Shut up! That's not my name. Don't call me that. I don't remember anything. I don't know my own name, or your name, or anything at all anymore. There's nothing left for me. I'm neither Dark Falls, nor Arcs. What should I do?
Hey, wait up! Yusi, don't... Yusi, come back!
Within Wopal's tranquil waters, we suddenly stumble upon mysterious ruins. There's really no mystery to any of it. It's been publicly acknowledged that this was a research facility that Luther was using. A strange monstrosity blocks Patia from finishing their analyses. No mystery there either. We know it's an escaped Oceanid from this facility. A world of trouble awaits. Only time will tell if our luck will last. To be continued. There's nothing to continue. Oh, hi there. Tia here. I'm telling you, after investigating the coast and the seabed, I was sure we'd seen it all. But here we are. Not even we could have foreseen this. The wreckage on the coast, the facilities on the seabed, and now these ruins. All of it was apparently the work of Photoners long, long ago. Luther started using the abandoned facilities later on, apparently. Makes you wonder, though, why did the Photoners build all of this in the first place? No one can say for sure. It doesn't even seem like Luther himself used them for their original purpose. The layout is so exciting, and it's on such a tranquil, watery... Oh! Wait! I know! The Photoners must have built all this as a place to play! Wait, what? To play? I mean, come on! The great weather, all this water, it just screams beach party! I doubt that's what this is, but still, the records show that the Photoners did do pretty much whatever they wanted, whenever they wanted. Everyone needs a bit of rest and relaxation every now and then. Arcs operatives and Photoners are no exception. So, now that we've learned this super important lesson, it's time for us to take a dip! Nope.
Well, look who it is! If you're after Sarah, she's off on her own. Sometimes I find it easier to dig around a bit when she's not here, especially on Wopal.
Which is why I am here to assist Maria instead. Not that I volunteered.
I've heard about enough of your whining, Kasra. I wish you'd move those hands as fast as you run that mouth. Was there something you wanted to ask me about Sarah? Saren Matoy? How would I know? You'd be better off asking her yourself, I'd say. All I can really tell you is what happened before she and Shao met. To put it simply, that girl is yet another victim of Luther's. He subjected her to his tests, gathering all sorts of data. In short, she was his guinea pig. Why her exactly? That I cannot say. I was so disgusted with what I found in those labs that I razed the place to the ground during her rescue.
Sarah was chosen because she had Clarissa.
I hope you aren't trying to suggest you had a hand in this, Kasra.
Heavens, no. Now, would you please stop staring me down like that? Your stare cuts deeper than any blade. I simply found something. Some of the research data you blew to bits. Part of it, at least. The details in Sarah's file show that she was a specimen intended to temporarily possess Clarissa the White. Put simply, Luther was using Sarah as a tool to obtain more data on Clarissa. And with that data, he created a copy, Clarissa the Ashen, along with someone worthy to wield it. Could you do me a favor, Maria, and try not to destroy any more important equipment?
Sorry, my hand slipped.
Your slips cause more damage than some false spawn attacks. You're far more protective of your little student than your sharp tongue would suggest.
Oh, it's you, eh? I see you didn't drag that wacko girly along with you today.
Who are you calling a wacko?
Ugh, where'd you come from?
You really shouldn't go talking behind people's backs like that, you know?
Hang on now. You feeling all right, girly? Any normal day, you'd have charged in guns blazing and attacked me on the spot. Long time no see. You're dressed all different, too. Huh.
Oh, this? Zeno's back now, so I figured there's no need for me to overdo it. Giving Hunterdom a shot was nice and all, but I'm more comfortable as a force.
I mean, sure, you look good in that getup and all, but I don't know, it kind of feels like a waste.
What does, exactly?
It feels like you're hiding away your ferocity, your whack jobbiness behind all this. Hey, watch it!
Huh, lucky I missed.
Hunter or no, you ain't changed one bit, have ya? You could at least settle down a bit now that your lover boy is back.
He is not my lover boy!
Still trying to keep that lie alive, eh?
Clarissa the White was temporarily transferred 10 years ago. That means Sarah's... But wait, Sarah doesn't have any memories of that.
Well, duh. I forgot everything.
Sarah!
I only started remembering after I met Matoi half a year ago. Everything started slowly coming back to me then. Emphasis on slow. 10 years ago, I borrowed Clarissa from the second and gave it to you. That's all I remember. My next memory is after I was saved by Maria and Xiao. But I don't even remember where I was rescued from. Honestly, it was probably so terrible, I wouldn't even want to remember it. It turned my hair white and killed my ability to use techniques after all. But it's also what made me who I am today. I've got the power to fight and friends to back me up. So I don't regret anything. And I don't want anyone misconstruing that point. Especially you, Xiao. We're connected, so I can always tell what you're thinking. Just try talking about atonement or repentance or whatever. I'll suck you good.
No surprise. Like master, like apprentice, I suppose.
Hey, look! It's the Bonehead! Here to check things out too, huh? Huey and I are already on it!
What she means is that we're here on orders. Not because we were just in the way or anything. No, sir.
Really? Didn't Kazra literally say, "Get out of my sight, you fools! You're in the way!"
Details, details. That guy's a jerk anyway. You didn't even ask though, huh?
The two of you sure talk a lot.
Whoa! Oh, it's you. I thought you were Kasra for a sec.
I'd prefer if you didn't lump me in with that bespectacled bully, thanks. So you're Claris Grace, are you? And who the heck are you? Pretty sure we've never met. I can't put my finger on it, but something feels really familiar about you. Sorry, I just remembered something I need to take care of. Hey, Huey. I didn't do something to offend her, did I?
Don't you worry, Claris Grace. Neither of you did anything wrong.
Sorry. I went out of my way to tell you not to make a fuss, but then I went and did just that. I tried not to, but I couldn't help myself. She was built as a copy of me. She even has the same hair color I used to have back then. I always figured I could handle whatever misfortune came my way. But this, she was created and now suffers all because of me. It's all too much, really. She and all the others, they were given life simply to be used, suffer, and discarded. All because I fell for Luther's false promises.
Whoa! Great timing! One of the Council of Six has something really important to talk with you about. And by one of them, I mean me. There's some real tension between Claris Grace and Sarah, yeah? So I was hoping maybe we could fix that. Now listen, I don't know what sort of history they've got, and I don't want to know. Honestly, I don't care. But the way they get so uncomfortable around each other, now that I can't stand. Ain't nothing good gonna come from that. So come on, lend me a hand here. Worst case scenario is they both completely stop acknowledging one another, yeah? So I figured we take them now, while they're at least pretending to be civil with each other, and kind of force them to get buddy-buddy. And if that only makes things worse, so be it. At least they won't be ignoring each other. I just don't want to go on with those two pretending the other doesn't exist. Alrighty then, time for Operation Sarah Claire. We're gonna make these two besties or die trying. Just leave all the messy details to me.
Huh? You got called out here too? Maria just called me up out of nowhere and was all, "You have a new mission. Refusal is not an option." She said I'd understand when I got here. Who does she think she is, huh? If you're here too, though, I guess I shouldn't complain too much. Come on then, let's get started. Okay, Huey, I'm here, all right? Wait, where's Huey? And what are you boneheads doing here?
Cloris, Grace.
Wait, why is Huey calling me now?
Claire's Grace. If you're listening to this message, that must mean I'm not there with you.
Yeah, no kidding, genius.
Right about now is when I expect you'll say something snippy in return, but I'm not gonna let that stop me, so listen up. Claire's Grace, your next mission is with those two.
Huh?
I've been thinking, see? Being stuck with me all the time was probably holding you back. Still, though, I didn't want to just toss you out there with any old so-and-sos, because that'd only earn me an earful. So that's why I figured I'd pair you up with those two there. They're super nice and won't get mad at you or anything. I've got you set up with someone who can show you around the place, too. So go have at it.
Who's gonna show us around?
What's that? What's all the fuss this time?
An enemy?
Whoa, now, little ladies. I ain't your enemy. I'm your guide, okay? Sheesh. You'd think you two were a synchronized kill squad, the way you moved in unison there. Seriously thought I was a goner. First that last gal, now these two? You really do hang around with one heck of a crowd, my friend. Anyhow, that overbearing fella on your comms just asked for my help, so here I am. Now, let's get going. Follow me.
I honestly wish I could just ditch this whole thing and leave it in your hands. But I doubt Maria would be too happy about that. So, fine. Let's just get this over with. Hey! Hey you! Hello, Bonehead! Would you just shut up already? What do you even want? Have you and I met somewhere before? I don't feel like we're strangers here. Even our photon energy feels a lot alike. It's strange. Kind of exciting, too. Hey, got any boneheaded ideas why? How do you expect me to know something that even you don't? And for the record, I have a name, okay? It's Sarah. Sarah, huh? Okay, I'll try and remember that. So tell me, Bonehead. Ugh! I just told you my name is Sarah! Hey, don't yell at me! I remember! You're Sarah, right, Bonehead? You are doing this on purpose! No, I'm not! And so what if I am? Blah.
Now, that's some sisterly love right there.
We are not sisters. I'm pretty sure even a blind idiot could see that.
You reckon? You're both about yay high, and you got the same sort of outline to your faces and all. Don't you think so? Ain't nothing nicer than when everyone gets along, eh? No siree. So let's all just have some fun, huh?
We are here to investigate this place. To dig up the truth and uncover what really went down here. There's nothing fun about any of this.
Sure, but you already know you ain't gonna find any good news at the end of this whole thing, eh? So why make it worse by raining on your own parade? We should just enjoy ourselves out here.
Are you not concerned about where you came from? About what happened to this planet? And why you can speak to us in our own language like this?
I mean, I think it's weird and all, of course, but it's not like finding out why is gonna do much for me anyway. My people, we got a saying. Don't let what's behind you scare you. Let what's up ahead do the job. Perfect for when you're running from a pack of baddies. Still, though. It's survival of the fittest out here. We don't have time to waste letting what's over and done with hold us back. Gotta move ahead. How about it, miss? Finding anything out?
It seems that Luther's death triggered the release of this machine. The times match up perfectly. And there's a ton of data. It looks like this was the one they used mainly, more than the facility on the seabed. More detailed data than what was retrieved on the seabed. There's even complete data on biology experiments. Alteration and synthesis experiments on the aboriginals that lived on Wopal. Experiments to implant artificial intelligence.
So that stuff about artificial intelligence has to do with us?
Yes, as far as I can tell from looking at this. I'm sorry.
Why are you apologizing? You weren't the one conducting the experiments. I never wanted an apology. All I think is being able to talk is real convenient. Don't apologize without a reason, miss. That hurts a lot. I'm getting enough sympathy without you having to do that.
You're a real smooth talker.
Don't fall in love with me now. I have a special someone in Camelot.
You can quit with the jokes. What's this data? It's really protected. Claris prays refinement data. That's my data. But the sample's labeled Sarah. Here. It was here. This is the place
where my whole body was messed around with. It was here. Yes, here.
Whoa, Sarah. So that means...
You're not shocked that you're a clone?
No, because I saw it with my own eyes. I got over that a long time ago. I cried so hard, and I was so confused. I'd be lying if I said it's not tough to deal with anymore. But I can at least accept it. That aside, answer me this. Are you my original? Hey, wait! Come on! After her! Sarah. Whenever I was out there, wreaking havoc on other planets, it felt like someone was watching me. It wasn't Huey. It was like someone was looking out for me. But I get it now. I finally understand. That was you, Sarah. You were watching over me.
Yes. I was always watching. Out of sight, but always there for you. You were made for me. You were made by me. I had to make up for what I'd done. I had to turn those regrets into a source of motivation.
Regrets? Don't be a bonehead, bonehead! If Huey was here, he'd knock you flat on your ass! You're just my original, and that's all. The one that created me, used me. That's all on Luther. But me, I'm an absolute fool. I let someone take advantage of my ignorance, and people got hurt. But Huey forgave me. That one too. I'm not sure how everyone else in Arcs feels, but I decided to forgive myself. If I can't forgive myself, then I don't deserve anyone's forgiveness. I'm immature, an idiot, a fool. But I made a choice to live as myself. As Claire's Craze. Stop worrying about me. Clone, original, none of that matters. I'm me, and you're you, bonehead.
Wow. I wasn't expecting to get told off by such a cheeky little brat.
What was that, bonehead? We're basically the same height.
Hey! Girls, now is not the time for a sister fight.
We're not sisters. I am Claire's
Sarah.
Craze.
Guys, I'm sorry. I put you through a lot. This isn't like me at all. Claris Craze?
I'm the only one left now. The rest are gone. Gone before I could ever talk to any of them. That's why I wanted to talk with you. Bone... Sarah.
Yeah. I guess it's about time I stopped running and faced the truth, too.
We done with our little sisterly squabble then?
We're not... You know what? Forget it. Also, where did they go?
All's well that ends well. But don't you think that was maybe just a bit too intense? Pretty heartless. I mean, making someone uncover the truth, you know, on their own like that.
She had to face it sooner or later, and the sooner, the better. Plus, one of them acts a bit too tough when she's with a certain someone. You're honestly far too protective of that girl, Huey.
Listen to you. I mean, you're here watching over the whole thing. Which one of us is overprotective again? Cut me some slack here.
If we weren't here, I doubt it would have turned out this way.
Gotta let them figure these things out for themselves. But, thanks for sticking along for the ride. I appreciate it. She ought to be good to go on her own from now on.
Huh. Hang on now. Is it just me, or are those two fighting?
Whoa! I think they just set CobraCon flying! Nice catch!
Nice catch! But seriously, I thought I was a goner there. It looked like a happy ending, when suddenly they go off on each other. For what? Getting, I don't know, tears and snot on their clothes?
Huh. They both have a tendency to get quite worked up, don't they?
Ah, like two angry peas in a pod.
All right, Huey, we'd better go break it up.
You bet!
How long must she suffer because of you? You've seen how this burden to save everyone affects her. You've seen how the darkness aided her until she resigned herself to fate. Yet here you are, ready to force her through it all once again. In the end, words are just that. Words. You cannot change how this will end. If you truly intend to deliver her from despair, you need to act quickly.
I haven't seen you in so long. I was running all over the place working on acquiring special ARCS authorizations, and you seem plenty busy yourself. You can probably tell as much already, but I'm pretty happy to see you again. Wait, you do remember me, right? Please don't tell me you forgot. It's me, Matoi, the one and only. Remember? It's been a long time since I've heard you say my name. I'm going to be a real deal ARCS operative. After begging and pleading, Xiao is finally giving me authorization. Now I'll finally be able to fight alongside you. Yep, it's time to earn my keep too. That's why you called me out here today, isn't it, Xiao? As ARCS Overseer, you're going to grant me authorization, aren't you?
Before I give you special permission, there's still one more lesson I need you to learn, Matoi.
What kind of lesson? No classrooms involved, I hope.
Don't get all pouty just yet. Our friend here will hear you out.
Okay then, I'm listening.
You really are an easy read. Now then, this lesson isn't any sort of formal lecture. I just want to get you both up to date on the current state of ARCS. I'll be skipping over a lot of the history and finer details, but you can always ask me later about anything you want to know.
Uh-huh.
That's not the most reassuring of responses, but alright. Let's talk about ARCS as a whole. ARCS had finally overthrown the puppet leadership Luther had in place. We lost Xion in the process, but there's no point on dwelling on that. What's done is done. It has taken us roughly half a year to get ARCS up and running again, to put it back on its proper trajectory. Back then, 6 months ago, there certainly was a real uproar when I said I would oversee the management of ARCS. But now everyone treats it like it's completely natural. Time really does normalize all. Next, let's talk about enemies. The Falspawn. To be quite honest, the situation isn't great. Well, just take a look at this footage.
That planets were just wiped out like it was nothing.
It copied a planet it consumed simply to smash it into another, playing with celestial bodies as if they were mere toys. Instead, it appears this horrible new Dark Falls, known as Gemini the Duplicate, destroys for the sheer thrill of it.
Gemini.
Gemini is already headed for its next target. The planet Harukatan, recently discovered and home to an alien civilization. That's Gemini's next stop.
We need to get over there then.
Right. Which brings me to my last topic. ARC's mission. Our mission now
is to wipe out the false spawn and every dark falls out of existence and protect the lives of the universe's myriad inhabitants, right?
Looks like you at least remember that much. Hey, got a moment? Can you keep an eye on Matoi and stick with her as often as you can? There's no telling when Persona the Masked might strike again like they did 10 years ago. Plus... I appreciate your dedication, but don't forget. 10 years ago, she nearly became the profound darkness. This is an unavoidable truth. And while she seems fine now, there's no telling what might happen. No one knows. Not me, not you, not even her.
Hey, what's the matter? Let's get going.
She's in your hands now. You know what you have to do, right, Sarah? If anything should happen with those two, let me know immediately.
What sort of plan are you cooking up this time?
I'm actually hoping that nothing happens whatsoever.